Welcome to the show, Nalini. So, what do you think? Does platonic friendship exist?
I think as human beings, we need not go into a cornered category of platonic or not platonic, but because we have chosen platonic friendship, let's talk about it.
Mm,
And there are many kinds of friendships possible, right? One of them is platonic. Platonic is when men and women, usually in men and women relationships or men and women friendship otherwise, it is always there, right? That sexual tension is always there. When that sexual tension is totally missing or not there, is not existing, then I would call it as platonic friendship. And if you can maintain that kind of friendship, then I think it is great, because there should be interaction between men and women, and I bet men and women both enjoy that kind of interaction, right? Let's say, for example, we are friends, right, Jyoti, and
mm.
I ask you to say sorry. Let's say I'm asking you to say sorry. Just say sorry to me now.
Hi. Sorry, Nalini.
That's it, right? It is as simple as that. If I say sorry, if I ask you to say sorry, you will simply say sorry. That's it, and it's done. When there are no expectations, and when there is no ego between a friendship, between friends, then I think it is platonic, right? That is what is platonic. That is what makes it platonic. It is as simple as that. So, what do you think is platonic friendship, and do you think it exists or not?
Doesn't exist. Uh,
Straight away, doesn't exist. Yeah.
no, it
Why?
doesn't exist. That's the reality. Because
Mm,
a boy and a girl, as far as my knowledge, cannot be for lifelong friends.
mm,
There is a possibility of falling in love.
mm,
There is a possibility of being together and being spending too much time together.
mm,
There is possibility of many other things to happen between them. I think our viewers are smart enough to understand what I'm saying. So basically, you end up in having a physical relationship, and when we are talking about platonic friendship,
mm,
it's not possible. It's not like a
mm.
school days kind of a thing. And no, it's not. It's not there. Platonic friendship is a fancy word which we can use, but a boy and a girl can never be friends. That's what I feel. What do you feel?
I was talking to one of my teachers on one of the topics and questions, and I was asking some question about how to liberate ourselves, right, and how to look at these relationships. And my teacher Nitishanti, he said something very beautiful, and I would like to just touch upon that.
Mhm.
So he narrated an incident. He was actually he lived as a monk. He was a monk. He's not a monk anymore, but when he lived as a monk, monks follow protocol. The monks are not are never alone with opposite gender. So when his teacher, who was a
Mhm.
monk, was meeting or asking, not asking, actually was with a woman who came to ask him a question. Nitya Shanti was sitting in the same room, was just sitting. So this woman, after talking for some time, she said this, it seems. It's a great relief to be in the
Mhm.
presence of a man where
Mhm.
you're not talking to me like I'm a woman, you're talking
Mhm.
to me like I'm a person.
Mhm.
Isn't that beautiful? And
Wonderful.
it's wonderful to be here. I don't have to be a woman because you're just being and I'm just being.
Mm.
So that sexual tension between men and women, when it exists, when it comes up, it gives that uncomfortable feeling. And even before it comes up, I think we can see, actually. I think human beings, we all have that perception of vibration. If something, let's say, for example, you, Jyoti, let's say you have a friend, yeah, and you have been friends with a guy for a very long time, and you start to see that You start to sense that there is a change in this person's behavior a little bit. You can sense it, right? Even before things go extremely wrong, I believe that you can sense it. Let's say you sensed it. Just take an example of you sensed it. What will you do if you sense it?
I'll put an end to it. As simple as
Uh,
I'll
you
put
don't
an end.
address it, you don't try to clear
I
it, nothing at all.
don't want to make it awkward. I don't want to use harsh words because when you believed in that person and when you went into a friendship kind of a relationship, and when it turns out that the other person is not having it, I don't want to ruin my peace by having an argument or doing some kind of you know harsh
Drama.
using harsh words on him. I'm going to get hurt anyways. I'm in which ways got hurt, and addressing it and constantly bringing it forward is something which I'm hurting myself constantly and feeling bad what kind of person I have been. So just that I'll start avoiding the person. I'll not take his calls. I will not try to meet him, and that's and put an end to it.
That's a smart thing to do. Completely avoid. What I do, you know that
Mm-hmm.
I always believe in universe. I don't know how much you believe that. I feel like we are all guided, and whatever answers you're looking for from a person, whether he really has this change of mind or has been having this from very long time, or to cut off the friendship, or to continue a nice good friendship after having a good communication, I leave it up all to universe. One thing that I always believe in is that as humans we are here to love each other, and when there is only pure love, I think everything is platonic. And all these things, ups and downs. See, we meet a person, a friendship begins. Sometimes maybe we get a little too attached, right? We get hurt, we hurt each other, and sometimes it gets bitter. And then maybe you separate or friendship breaks, and then you grow. It's as simple as that. I think all these happen for our growth
That's for
as a
general friendship. We are not talking about the general friendship here, Nandini. Every friendship which is general, where you say that you get hurt, one day you're not happy with me, you shout at me, or you don't like the way I talk, or you don't like the way I do. Then again, you give me some space, I give you some space, we patch up. That's a different thing. When you know that the trust you had on the other person, that you only expected a kind of friendship with him, and it
Mm,
turns out that he is expecting something else from you, which
true.
you can never do with him, or
Mm,
never had that love kind of a relationship with him, then the things become awkward, and he will never again look at you the same, because he's already expressed that he's looking at you at a different space. He can
mm,
never be. You can never have that same old friendship. I think like that, because people can never change their the inner thoughts. The inner
mm,
thoughts are still there
mm,
within themselves. They may
mm,
suppress it, putting some layers, just
mm,
because they don't want to hurt me and they want to talk to me and they want to be with me, or he want to be with me. He likes to be with me. He likes my friendship. He doesn't want to break. He'll put all the layers, saying some fancy good things about me, and saying that he doesn't want to break up with me, or he sees me like a friend, it's just a slip of the tongue, he has told it or whatever. All
ah,
these are layers he's adding. Innerly he'll be having that same thought. That cannot be changed. And what if we still believe and we still continue that friendship, it's going to turn much more awkward. Better that we break that relationship, because at least we have the good thoughts about that person, rather than having an awkward sense, because very well whenever you talk to him, the top of your mind somewhere, you also feel that he did this to me. So you can't be that open up and that free or that vulnerable to that friend. So I think forgiving that person and again being friend with him is not possible. That's my
That's
point of view.
exactly what I'm saying, that between men and women, this is
Mm.
always there, right? That discomfort, that interaction, if it has that element, if it is there, then it is not quite possible to continue. Yeah. So, and you can recognize, if you recognize, would you address or not? And you're saying that don't address, just get off and go
Mm.
different paths, because the change has already started in the mind of another person. So don't go. I don't know. I was thinking about myself. What if I got into a friendship and I start to like the person? Okay, I'm married. Okay, by the way, nothing like
No,
that. I'm
that's
just
also
putting
valid.
in myself in a scenario here.
Mm.
And what if I get attracted to that person? I mean,
Mm.
a person like me who got attracted to another person, but through friendship it started. Really, am I that bad that a person has to avoid? It can't be rectified, because the way I see friendship as is something that is a companionship for the projects that we are doing, and the conversations, and lifelong sister or brother, right,
That
who's
cannot.
there, but there is no tension between us, so that we can
No,
share
no, no, no.
everything, right?
You
That is
are
something that,
absolutely bang on, Nalini, but that thing what you were having earlier will not be with you also, and will not be with the other person. So
yeah.
there's nothing wrong. I'll not judge anybody in this world, because everybody has to go through different situations. So it's nothing wrong if somebody falls in love with you, or or you fall in love with somebody. The thing of marriage and everything, let's keep it aside. We'll talk as a person. If you
Mm,
fall in love and then you understand that you really like that person, and you have
mm,
expressed it also, then the thing of brother sister will never come. Let's not make that relationship bad. Okay, brother sister is very divine relationship. So we'll keep
mm,
that aside. You can never be a brother sister with a friend,
mm,
right?
mm.
You should not use that word at all, because you cannot go back and say that it's not as easy as watching a film.
Hey,
Saiya nahi to bhaiya, that cannot happen.
very nice. ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకొచ్చినావు ఇది? Ah, I didn't know the song. Sorry, which
No, no, no,
movie
it's
is
not a
this?
song, it's a word. It's a
It's a
word.
phrase. Ah, okay.
It's
Saiya
a
nahi to
phrase.
bhaiya.
It's all used in films. It's very nice
अच्छा.
to, yeah, it's nice to see. It's in a Bollywood films you watch, it's nice. Saya nahi to bhaiya, you call it. That's a different thing, but
Hey,
that
I
not in
remember here
real.
something. We're talking about it, right? In schools, we used to recite a national Indian pledge. Remember, first thing in the morning, India is my country. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love my country. I strive to be the best and worthy of it. Something like this. At that
Yeah.
time, I used to think that, oh, so I'm being told not to marry an Indian guy, but I'm married Indian.
That's
So all Indians are brothers and sisters. That's it. No platonic friendship.
Yeah, it's not wrong in having a platonic friendship, but there is a limitation. You can't have a pure friendship kind of a thing. That's not possible with a man and a girl. You can have friend, not complete platonic friendship where you discuss everything in this world, and you still say you're a friend. Somewhere or the other, that relationships become delicate when you start comparing it with your partner. That happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
That it's not wrong. We're all humans end of the day. And I'm talking like a psychologist here, that it's all, you can't suppress your feelings. That happens because you might find that what happens is, when you're a friend, you're at the best. You
Yeah.
try to do it at best. When
Mm,
you're a wife, you're different.
mm,
That happens. I myself have married a friend. Uh, Usually they say is, the best friend ends up to be your best partner.
nice.
I'm
Yeah.
their best friend. So later on, I married him. So when I was a friend, I was at the best, because I only able to spend few hours with him. So I'd always be best. I will always talk nice. I will always say
Yeah.
all my problems, and he'll be there to help me. But when I'm his wife, he will see the other side of me, which is I'm always nagging, or always irritating, always stressed out,
Your
always
true
thinking of.
self with somebody who's close to
Yeah,
you,
when
right?
you
You're
nag,
showing
you're
all the
being,
colors, all the
but when
aggression,
you're
all
a friend,
the, yeah.
there is still a filter. When you're a friend, or whatever close friend you are, you still have a filter,
Hmm.
especially with men and women. And
Definitely.
men.
Yeah.
Women and women, or man and man, it's a different thing. I'm not talking about that. When you are
Yeah.
with the guy, there's still one layer of filter which you not project the entire bad, complete side of you, good or bad side of you. There is
Mm.
still a filter. So what happens is, that's what happens when you the person will start comparing himself or herself to their partners. That's the thing. That's why platonic friendship is something which is which is not possible till school days. It's okay, but when you come to your 20s and like that, it's not
I just
possible
want
at
to
all.
add few things here.
Mm.
Um, See, trust is given. I always tell my daughter and also my very close friends, not to
Mm.
everybody, but uh, trust is a luxurious gift that I can give. The most luxurious gift that I can afford to give is my trust. And trust is given. See, I can give anything, right? Anybody can give anything. But friendship is earned, love is earned, respect is earned, loyalty is earned. Earning from someone is not an easy thing. So if you earn somebody's friendship, I think keeping it um, pure, keeping it sacred, keeping it going, I think is very important, because it's not an easy thing to earn from someone. And also uh, platonic friendship, let me actually give you an example here. In US, before we bring a pet home, let's say it's a dog, we check the previous 3 generations. If any of its ancestors bit a human or anything like that, then those pets are not adopted. You know that. So if you do that to a dog, then imagine how your bunch should be, right? I'm not comparing humans with dogs. Please don't think like that. I'm just saying that if you think about a pet having in the home in your house, and thinking so much into their generation, and looking into and investigating so much, then how about the friends that you make, right? Friends
Mm.
that you add to your friends list. I believe that you should take same amount of time, instead of putting them directly into the bunch and getting closer. I believe that it's important that you take your own time before making them close friendship, and also give each other a chance to analyze. And also getting too close of friends and then getting detached is hurting. Why hurt yourself and why get into all those ego feelings? If there is something, yeah, if it is not platonic anymore, if you want to move on with next step of your friendship, not want to keep it platonic, then why ego? Just express. Yeah, I just recently got this phrase that ego is an anti to expression. When you have so much ego and you have something but you're not expressing, then it is not going anywhere. People can sense it, and you're feeling it. It's getting ugly, it is getting uncomfortable, right? Why do this? So I believe, according to me, I know you're saying that platonic friendship is not possible. I believe that the way we choose friendship, the way we look at life, is for our growth, and
Mhm.
for people around you. I think you are a person who can give love only when you are filled with love. You are complete. A person, an individual person can be complete. An individual person is actually complete. We can be complete and full alone. We don't need another person to feel full. You don't need always a friend or a relative or a brother or a sister or mother to make you feel full and complete, right? You can be full and complete. Look at this. Left side of the body is very well supported by the right side of the body. They say Shiva and Shakti, right? So that is how it is. We are full and complete. What is there? What is there to look for outside? Become complete. become full of love. And then when you have so much to give, you are attracting all good friends, and there is not much of tension anywhere. We can always be giving, and it can all be platonic. I believe in platonic friendship, and I do maintain friendships, not very deep friendships with anyone, but friendship with myself first of all, and then go on, uh, have a nice fun life. It's all about fun, having fun. Yeah, it gets complex when we feel
Only saying that don't,
something or
I'm not
get
against
something.
platonic friendship
Yeah.
completely. I'm saying that a lifelong platonic friendship with the deep, I mean, I'm talking about the deep relationship. You discuss in and out, you spend at least 3-4 hours a day with only with that
That I don't
person.
do.
Not you,
That
Ray.
I don't
This
do
is
with people.
not
Yeah.
everything, but generally to anybody. Is that, that's where the problem starts, when
Hmm.
you spend more time with that particular person, that platonic friendship can end in falling in love, and you start comparing with your partner and your spouse, and that's where
Hmm.
all things become ugly. That's why you can have
We
platonic
make,
friendship, distance should be there. You cannot be as close as you can be with your partner. That's something you should keep in. Some things you should keep yourself,
agree.
within you. You should have that filters when you're doing with even with your platonic friendships. I'm not against it, but I believe that most of the time, platonic friendship ends into a relationship. That's why we should be very careful when we are having platonic friendship with the guy, or a girl or a guy having with a girl, because you have a when you're having another relationship already, then it
Yeah.
becomes off. So
So
that's
we
that's
humans
very
make it
important.
sometimes complex, thinking that it is actually simple, but we make it complex. What I am saying is, lean on yourself and lean on family, and then comes a friend. And I'm saying that platonic friendship is quite possible. Jyoti is saying that it is not, maybe. So look into it. So be careful if at all you are in a complex friendship. Just check it out. Just reanalyze your friendship. No harm in doing that. Think about it. Sit and do some thinking, homework.
Absolutely, absolutely,
uh, and
absolutely.
what are we doing next
I
week?
think we're ending the
Jyoti?
season today, this week, and we'll be starting fresh in the month of April. Most probably, we'll announce the date before we
Yeah.
start. So it'll be much more, stronger topics, which are much,
Hush
uh,
topics.
yeah, that's what Nalini is calling. But some intense topics which you need some solutions, or you need at least someone saying that it's okay. You have not done anything wrong, that you should not feel guilty. You know, that kind of topics we're going to take from very intense topic about parenting, about teenagers, about mid-age crisis. All this will be talking. I'm not going into detail of the topics, but overall it's going to be that. And yeah, we'll be kind of buddies, where will say that, if anything is you have done, you have felt that this is wrong, we'll be there to guide you that this is not wrong. Everybody goes through it, and we are here to tell that, everybody has done it. So it's okay, move on. That kind of a thing we want to give.
Yeah.
So that's the topic. That's the thing we are going to do in the next season. So we'll be taking a break to the March, and then come back in April. What do you say, Nal?
Yeah. I was thinking, how about we talk about, all these have to do with our mind and heart, right? I always say that first, we have whatever happens, like emotions, they affect our heart, and then our intelligence has to take over, and intelligence uh, is going to help us really separate and think through and take a proper decision. Heart first, and then mind next, and mind should be the final. How about something like proactively changing thoughts, something like that? Because all these things, maybe like the transgender, extramarital affairs, or what else? Teenage love, or intimacy before marriage, things like that. These are the topics. These are the hush topics that we were talking about, right? Um, People don't generally talk about them, and they are considered to be like undercover topics. And we are going to touch upon them and see through mind. And Jyothi being in psychology, right? We are going through psychology and mind perspective. And yoga talks a lot about mind body connection. And we are going to go touch on these topics from those angles, not trying to dig out the topics which are never talked about, not into the negative side of it, but why it happens and how to look at it and how to understand these aspects of life. These are some things that we would like to touch upon in the month of April, taking a short break, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I never thought that the friendship is platonic, not platonic, and it is this. I always thought that all friendships are platonic. I'm glad you helped me see, Jyothi, that there could be a little tension, and there is a chance that it might not be possible. So I'm glad you asked me to think in those lines. And I feel like I'm broadened now. My mind is broadened now. So more broad-minded topics, actually, more open-mindedness coming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chalo.
Thank you so
Enjoy.
much. It was a wonderful season, and it was very nice to have Nalini, who has spoken her heart in all the shows, and given a thought process of mind and body and soul, which is a combination. And the way she does it in and out every time, and she brings whenever whatever topic we have done, she has put in all her heart and soul into it. It was wonderful season this season. Next season, and we are thinking that it will be much more of we becoming more of companions and buddies to all the people who are watching us. And our shows should provide us some kind of a guideline or some kind of a thing to look up. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Except
much.
politics and sports. We are into all because life is beautiful. Life is here to teach us and help us grow. So let's make life even more beautiful. Enjoy.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.